Hi guys, it's Aaron Intende. I feel wholesome and to give you the topic today as the visa bulletin for January, December, November, October. What's the big deal about this visa bulletin? Do we have a good hope for the best of Dv2024 in the coming month? What I want to tell you is you're gonna get all the information from this video. I'm gonna start by telling you how the visa bulletin has been progressing. So guys, let's get started. So guys, let me start by telling you how the visa bulletin has been moving from the month, starting with month of October. In October, I will determine this from the African side of the visa bulletin. Then I will tell you about the Asia and Europe. Then I'll stop from there. So when you look at the way things started, we started off very well at a very good rate of giving visa, like making visas available. First of all, I think it's because of the great way of visa bulletin movement. It's because of the backlog which has been reduced, and because of the ongoing catastrophes which have been reduced, like COVID is no more an issue. The war in Ukraine is no more a big issue. Even the war in Gaza, Syria and Gaza, is not that big issue in this kind of position for Africa, for Europe, and for Asia in general. So when you look at the October visa bulletin, we started off with a very huge number of 10,000 in Africa, and which has been different from the previous years. In the previous years, Africa has been receiving a visa bulletin of 2,000, 1,000, like it has been starting from a low rate like 1,000, 2,000, and this year it has been different, which started at 10,000, like 10 times better than the previous years, the previous 4 years, from the past from 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. Now we are really getting good numbers. So in Africa we started with 10,000, Asia 2,000, Europe 4,500. When we look at November, it paused a little bit. It remained 10,000, and for Asia it got a bump of 300, so it went from 2,000 to 2,300, and Europe also got a bump of 500 additional visas on the visa bulletin. That is from 4,500 to 5,000. So we have seen a slight change in November this month. And in December, when you look at December, surprisingly, December for Africa, surprisingly, we got a little bit of increase in the visas, whereas Asia, we also got a little bit of increase, and which applies to Europe, also got a little bit of increase in the visas. And in December, our visa bulletin went up to 11, that is 10,000, 10,000, like 11,000. That is 10,000, 1,000, 11,000 for Africa. And Asia also went up to 3,000, and Europe went up to 6,000. 6,000. So we got a little bit of increase, and especially for Africa, a little bit. When I say a little bit, it doesn't mean it's a very huge bump in the visa bulletin. So that one was a slightly change. Like for instance, you're above 10,000, but around 10,900, no, around 10,000, within the range of 10,000 to 11,000, you got a chance to be ready for interview. You got a chance. So then, surprisingly, for January, that's where the big deal is, especially for Europe, Asia, and Africa, because the difference between the visa bulletin, the bump which we have got, like from December, we look at 11,000, then January 22,000. That is like multiplied by 2. Why is the visa bulletin moving in this way? For Asia, you look at from 3,000 to 5,500. For Europe, you look at 6,000 to 12,000. That is multiplied by 2. What does this mean, and what does this imply? This implies that, guys, we are having a good year. We should be happy for ourselves. The Dv2024, we're having a good year. We haven't seen such movements in the visa bulletin way back in the past 6 years, 4 years, 5 years. We haven't seen that kind of visa bulletin. We used to see it way back when there wasn't backlog, when there wasn't catastrophe like COVID in the world, when there was no backlog. And this is the reason why the visa bulletin is good and the Dv2024 is moving in a fantastic way. According to the Kentucky Consular Center, they have been looking at the stable movements of visas at the embassy. So that's why they have pushed it ahead to bring about bumps in their visa bulletin. Like the way visas are being given to the people, the way they are getting like interviews, it's a smooth transition. That's why they are giving more visas chance to get interviewed. Not like before. Like before, we did not get enough room like in the embassies to get the visas. Like the embassies were not interviewing as many as possible people in the consulates. But now the way it's happening is so smooth and people are getting interviews. Like for example, few months back, like in July, people were getting interviews dates. They are getting 12 now. I have a few of my channel members who I have been helping to reach to the interview, taking them through the questions which could be asked. I have a few of them who just finished their interviews and they are on their way here to America, to USA, to United States of America. I have a few of them, and many of them are there going for interviews. They're still in the transition stage. They're ready for interview and they're going to the embassies. So guys, I'm here to encourage you guys. If you haven't submitted your DS260, you're doing yourself a favor to delaying your visa. Dv2024, there are so many chances that most of you are gonna get your visas. If you work on your case, if you really want this visa, you have to work on your case. Look at how your case is progressing. Understand the progress and the process. You have to understand, you have to know how to, like for example, those who don't know like their status, you can call the Kentucky Consular Center, or else you can send them an email. try to understand how far is your case, because at this moment people who are below 22,000, guys, at this moment you have a high chance of getting an interview within the coming period. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get immediately in January, but you might get in February. Some of you, due to the long submission of your DS260, you might end up getting your interviews in February, however much your visa bulletin is current for January. But if you work on your stuff, you're submitting your DS260, then you also check with the embassy, like you check with the consular how far your DS260 has gone. You might find yourself getting your interviews in January. And how is your embassy working? Embassies like Kenyan embassy, like Ghanaian embassy, like Cameroonian embassies, this is the time you have to first of all pray for them, because if the embassy is not working very hard for you guys, you're not gonna get at the pace at which the visa bulletin is moving. We need you guys to pray for them. And you also, guys, work on your stuff. Work on your stuff. Don't give chance for delay. Make sure, what should you do? Make sure you have all necessary documents, so that when you got the interview, you use one chance. You don't again give chance for being put on AP. You have to work on your stuff in a way that you are not being put on administrative processing. Like, let you go to the interview, let you be approved, because that way you're gonna help others to get chance to get interviewed. And guys, if you know you have derivatives, you have to, I wanna tell you this, guys, it will help you a lot. You have to make or submit a separate DS260 for your derivatives. I don't want you guys to miss your chances. When you reach the embassy, use that one chance, get interview and progress. Come to America, to USA, United States. My video today is about how far is the visa bulletin. And when you look at the visa bulletin today, now for January, we're having 22,000. 22,000 for Africa, 5,500 for Asia. Europe is having 12,000. This is unbelievable. So guys, I'm encouraging you guys, and I'm telling you guys that you are so lucky. The Dv2024, you are so lucky. What you have to do is pray for yourselves, get ready, because this is the time. If you are in the range of 22,000 and below, this is your chance. Make sure you submitted your DS260. And those who are above 22,000, this is your chance also. You have to know that you are next. You are next. If you are above 22,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, even up to 60,000. Very soon you're gonna get current, because at which the pace the DV lottery is moving, man, is enormous. It's enormous. I'm telling you guys. So guys, I'm here to encourage you guys, and have faith and believe and have hope, because Dv2024 is something which is unheard of. I'm telling you guys, the way things are moving, you guys should just continue praying for yourselves and work on your documents. I have a few videos I just released recently about the documents which you're gonna need to prepare, which are gonna ask you to prepare when you're getting your interview very soon. So guys, I'll leave it now. And I want to tell you guys, subscribe to my channel for more information. Put a like and share to others in your groups, to your friends who don't know. Thank you for watching. It's always Aaron Intende, and I love you guys. Bye bye.